Well, last week did not end as planned. This week, I've not even looked at the plan. This is marathon training week 3. Welcome to PKS Runs. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video I'm going to be looking in detail at my strength training and how I think that benefits my running. I'm going to be launching the PKS Running Club Podcast. That's exciting, and I might even mention how I went viral this week. So let's carry on running. I am currently 5.5 miles into a really slow trail run. I think it's time we find out where things went wrong last week and what's been going on this week. Let's go. I realised it was very rude of me not to introduce myself. So my name is Paul, this is PKS Runs, and I'm a 2:45 marathoner. If this is your first time, welcome. If you wouldn't mind just hitting the like button, subscribing, hit the bell button so that you don't miss any notifications. I'd love to be connected with you. Do let me know if you're training for anything. Let me know in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Strava and on TikTok on PKS Runs, and you can also join the Strava PKS Running Club. So see you over there. So let's very quickly talk about last week. Last week ended badly. If you watched the video, you would have seen that I had to hobble home from my long run on the Saturday. I was meant to be doing 15 miles with 3 miles at marathon pace, and honestly, it all went to custard. I felt a twinge in my groin, and I knew that I had to stop, walk it off, maybe try and jog, but I wasn't able to get back to a run, and it was hugely disappointing. Subsequently, this week has been completely off plan. I had a planned rest day on Sunday, and I actually extended that into Monday and Tuesday. Didn't run for either of those days. Did not want to aggravate my groin. It wasn't serious. I knew that there wasn't anything too bad going on, but I didn't want to risk causing any additional injury. I did take the opportunity on Monday to go and get a sports massage though, and just work through the legs, work through all the tightness, the knots, and really just ease any strain, pressure that might have been building up in them. I did my sessions in the gym on Monday and Tuesday morning, and they went well, though I did have to adapt them so that I wasn't doing anything that was going to be really adding any additional strain onto my groin that didn't need it, so no lunges. The rest of the miles this week have all been easy. I have not in any way attempted to tackle speed or pace. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I did 10 miles on each of those days, bringing my weekly total as I left the house this morning at 31. I suspect when all is said and done with this run, I will have done somewhere around 45, 46, but we'll see. I'll let you know at the end. Today's run is a super chilled trail run along the Bridgewater and Taunton Canal. Really just no objective, just run. Just enjoy it. Obviously here I am filming. I've got my drone with me, been sending that up. But this is all about enjoying running. It's just slow pace, low heart rate, and continuing the recovery. So let's carry on running. One of the questions I get asked over and over is about my strength training. I talk about it quite often, and I've never really gone into too much detail. So I thought, given that I don't really have anything exciting to talk about from a running perspective this week, we could talk a little bit about strength training. So the first thing to say is I don't have a gym background. I have joined many gyms and paid the subscription and turned up very few times. It was only when I joined Watergate Studios, which is the gym that I'm in Bridgewater about 18 months ago, that I really started to love training in the gym. I joined because I'd recently done my 2:59 marathon, and in the sort of the year preceding that, I had struggled with persistent calf injuries, just on and off the whole time. I was taping, I was massaging, and did some reading around it, and identified that the issue might not have been the calves. It might have been a lack of strength around the glutes, quads, hamstrings, which really are the engine of running. They are the absolute powerhouse. They're the biggest muscles in the body. And I just wanted to try some training to see if I could make a difference. You see, the thing with gym training is it's not massively talked about amongst runners, because I think we all have this like preconceived idea that if we go to the gym a couple of times, we're all of a sudden going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that just isn't the case. Going to the gym is about building strength, building resilience. It is about increasing your muscle mass. Ultimately, when you're running, you're storing all of your energy pretty much in your muscles. So there is a benefit to having bigger muscles. But for me, it has been so much more than that. So what exactly does my gym look like? Well, we sign up for classes, and these sessions are effectively group PT, so group personal training. It's like having a personal trainer, but you are in a small group. And the benefit of this is I don't walk into the gym and then dilly-dally around the machines. And let's face it, if a runner goes to the gym, they're going to spend most of their time on a treadmill, maybe on a bike, maybe on a rower. So these sessions that I go to are usually 45 minutes. Well, not usually, they are always 45 minutes, which really means about 40 minutes of work when you've included the warm-up and the cool-down. Because the sessions are coached, you've always got a PT there that is able to help you with form. Form is incredibly important if you don't want to get injured in the gym. They're also there to help push you when you need a little bit of encouragement to maybe lift a little bit heavier. Ultimately, they're invested in the journey, which is so good. And for me, being able to build relationships with the coaches has really turned what would be just attending a gym and trying to get strong into being a part of a community, and I absolutely love it. It has genuinely been one of the best things I've done. So I suppose that you want a few more specifics. You want to know a little bit more about what I'm actually doing in the gym. I've given you quite a top level view there. So on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I do a strength session, and on a Tuesday and Thursday I do a sweat session. And don't think of me in lycra doing aerobics. Think of burpees, think of push-ups, think of assault bike, ski erg. It's an absolutely brutal workout. I love it though. It's only something I've been doing for the last few months. But I thought what I'd do is I'd actually look at a workout that I did yesterday and just talk you through it, show you what exactly I was doing. So yesterday was Friday, a strength session. I track everything because it's really important to be able to monitor progress and see how you're getting on, see what you're lifting, see where you can stretch yourself, see where you can grow. So yesterday's session started with barbell squats, and we did 3 sets of those. My final set was 70 kg times 10. I can lift quite a bit heavier than that, but what I was really focusing on yesterday was form and really trying to get as low into that squat as I could. And that was a single exercise. I wasn't paired with anything else. It wasn't a superset. I then moved on to the next station where we were doing barbell bench press and barbell curls. I was lifting by the end. I did 3 sets on both. I was doing, my final set was 5 lots of 65. That wasn't a failure, so again, I could lift a little bit more than that. I couldn't go much heavier than 65, I don't think. I'd be interested to see maybe over time what my 1 rep max is. On the barbell curl, my final set was 30 kg times by 8. Then we moved on to the next station, which was a suitcase squat, so another type of squat. You're holding a kettlebell on one side, all about core stability, but also about getting that deep squat. So you're working your legs, also working your core to keep your body straight. And that was paired with dumbbell shoulder press. I started out on the 15 kilo dumbbells, so 30 kilos in total, and finished up on the 17.5 kilos, and got 8 reps on each of those 3 sets. Final exercises were the chest fly, dumbbell chest flies, so lying on the floor, again working that chest, and the overhead tricep extension. The chest fly, I had 10 kilogram dumbbells on each side. Again, I could do heavier than that, but it's all about getting the form, really kind of trying to get those prompts, those cues, feeling the work in the chest. And the overhead tricep extension was 17.5 kilos. So that's 40 minutes work. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday sessions are all different. We are doing a 6-week block, and then at the end of that 6 weeks, Greg, who is the owner of the gym and PT, coach extraordinaire, will write the next program. And the idea really is, over the year, we are going to be working all of our muscle groups, and we are going to be all round stronger, fitter, healthier, and I absolutely love it. And the benefit to my running has been astronomical. I do not doubt in any way that my 2:45 on an incredibly hilly course at Loch Ness wasn't massively to do with the strength and endurance in my legs. Even the upper body, having the ability to power every stride with strong arms and shoulders, I think really makes a difference. Hopefully that's really useful to you. I suspect there will be more questions about my strength training, and I suspect there will be more content. I'm going to be doing some stuff with Greg specifically for runners, so watch this space. Let's get back to talking about running. That's why we're all here. This run is currently just about to get to 10 miles. I've been going out along the canal, and eventually I'm going to turn around and go back very soon. I think probably when I hit 10 miles I will turn around and go back. How have I fueled this run, you might be asking? Well, I had a big bowl of porridge with a scoop of protein powder in there this morning. I had 2 bananas, 2 cups of tea, a large glass of water, and I've not had anything since. And I don't feel too bad. I am obviously plodding. I've had a little bit of a walk here and there. So yeah, we're just cruising really. Might not feel the same way when we get to 18 miles, 19 miles, but we'll see. I love that kind of challenge. I am feeling a bit disappointed about the situation with the groin. I know that I don't think it would be sensible to attempt to do any speed today. I don't know how long that will continue, but just gonna have to keep on, you know, keeping it light, keeping it easy, see where we get to. Maybe a couple more rest days. I will be resting tomorrow anyway, but maybe I need a couple more rest days this week just to keep it light. Look, there's still plenty of time in the marathon training, so I'm not too worried. At the end of the day, my life does not depend on my marathon times, so we just do what we can and we go from there. We are homeward bound now, 12 miles done, current pace about 9:30 per mile, and heart rate currently 116, so everything's looking okay. Got a couple more things to talk about: the PKS Running Club podcast and going viral. So let's tuck into those before we get home. I launched the PKS Running Club 2 weeks ago, week 1 of the marathon training. It is a Strava club for runners of all abilities to encourage each other, follow the PKS Run's journey, and a place really where we can learn, grow, motivate, etc, etc. One of the things that I have had over the last, well, several months is a ton of questions, and I've been thinking for a while what is the best way for me to answer some of these questions, and I recorded a little video answering a load of videos on Thursday night, and it was really dull. And as it so happens, my brother-in-law lectures in film and media and has a whole podcasting suite. So last night we re-recorded it as a podcast. Him and I, he's a runner, I'm a runner, and that will be dropping on Wednesday evening. at 7 p.m. British time. So go onto your favourite podcast platform and search for the PKS Running Club, and you will find it. And you will not find an episode, but when it comes through, it will be in your feed. And I really look forward to sharing with you. I think it's going to be quite fun. Finally, as we carry on this run, what happened this week? Well, I will actually tell that story on the podcast. But in short, I went viral on Instagram this week. I posted a reel. It had over 9 million views. And I feel quite good about that. It's got my creative juices flowing once again. So it's always sad to say goodbye, but I will be back next week, week 4. Who knows how that's going to be. Hopefully there will not be any injury delays and we'll just be able to resume training as normal. As ever, if you have enjoyed this content and this video, please do like and subscribe and hit the bell notification. Send it to another runner. Send it to someone who you think might find this interesting or engaging. Don't forget to follow me on the social media channels. I will flash up this run so you can see how far I went and you can see my final weekly total of miles, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.